Welcome to this video. My name is Peter from the Bright Beings Academy, and today I want to talk about why do I get so anxious when I watch the news? Anxious, anxiety, it's like fear all the time. Nasty, bad news keep coming at you, and it's no wonder you feel anxious, because actually that's what it's designed to do, to make you feel fearful, make you feel anxious. Why does it do that? Because you are a heart-based being, and what you're doing is you're actually watching other people suffer. And why does that make you anxious? Because you want to help them. You don't want to see this happening in your world. You don't want to see the people dying in floods or being in famine or in poverty. You don't want to see any of that. You want to help that. Your natural instinct is to help and heal. So as a human being, you're watching this news and you're seeing all these terrible things happening, and you start to feel more and more and more helpless. And what does that do? That increases the anxiety in you more, because you feel like you cannot do anything about what is happening in the world. And that is a fallacy. That is a lie. That is just not true, because you can. How can you though, without actually going out there and physically helping? The world is set in vibration, right? We've all got a vibration. In our biosphere, from the edge of the biosphere down to the earth, there's a resonance called the Schumann resonance. And the sun comes down, hits the biosphere, creates this resonance that we're born out of. And actually, everything on this earth is connected to that biosphere. So you have to question yourself, what information are you actually putting into that biosphere, into our atmosphere, in a more simpler term, atmosphere? What are you putting? What are you resonating out into the field that we're actually all connected to through energy? What are you putting out? So when you watch the news, what you're feeding back into the atmosphere, the biosphere, the thing that we're all connected to, is an anxious, fearful, almost depressive energy that makes you feel, or makes people around you feel helpless. You're putting that into the world. So imagine if you turn that around. Imagine if you actually started to connect more deeply with your heart, and then you start to push that beautiful energy out from your heart, which you have inside of you. And that's why you're feeling anxious by watching the news. But if you start to push that beautiful energy out without judgment, without preconceptions, without worrying about what other people think of you, and you put that into the field around you, what do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing when you do that? What you're doing is you're putting that good energy into the field that other people will be connecting to. And can you feel that deep down inside of yourself? There's little grass shoots of hope rising all the way up into this biosphere, into this atmosphere that we live in, into this vibration that we live in, where more and more people are actually saying, I've had enough of this. I'm not living on a world like this anymore. I'm going to change it. And they're not going out like radicals like John Lennon or Martin Luther King or Gandhi and attacking the systems, which is all praise to them. But look what happens when you attack the system. You come to a violent death. All of them shot dead. All of them, by an energy. It's an energy force that will shut them up. You don't have to do it in that way. You can do it privately, which is what the Native American Indians believe their spirituality is. It's a very private thing to them. So what you're doing inside of yourself is, by not watching the news and actually absorbing all of that negativity, you're starting to grow inside of yourself, and you're starting to put that energy into the field, and you're starting to meet other like-minded people like that, and you're starting to say, hey, my life isn't so bad actually. My life isn't so bad, and what I'm doing is I'm actually doing this. For me, for example, and I'm not blowing my own trumpet here, I've set my charity up to help the elderly, help people with Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. I've set my Ki Gong school up, both online and offline, so I can help more people with Ki Gong classes to help them connect with their energy body. I've set up the Bright Beings Academy, which has sound healing and all sorts of meditation techniques so that people can actually tune in to themselves a lot more easily. And I basically go around promoting positivity inside of everybody to make them feel like they can actually make a difference in the world, which is what this video is all about. You don't have to become anxious by the news. What you can do is tune into yourself more so that you can change the field around you. So when that thought comes into your head saying, I can't do anything about this, let it go. And then focus on, I don't want that, I want this. So it's a very basic principle, but a really important one that goes over most people's head is where your mind goes, your energy follows. So when you're watching the news and getting anxious, that's where your mind's going, that's where your energy's going, that's why it becomes anxious. When you look at what you can do, how can I help, how can I pay this forward, this beautiful feeling I have inside of me, and help somebody unconditionally, without a condition attached to it, that's when you're starting to put a good resonance into the field, and that's when you're starting to change the world. And you can do that. You can. You have to trust yourself, trust the process. If you want help with that, I run the Dream Method, which actually helps you to tune more into yourself. Also run the Bright Beings Academy, which is a Ki Gong school and a meditation school. And if you just go to brightbeingsacademy.com, you'll find all of that, and it will let you know exactly what I do. If you've enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe, and I look forward to connecting with you in the next video. Till then, be well and keep shining.